Well, goddamn Sao, you brought a man down. You brought him from having a good day to you brought him to those feels, like that sadness in this episode, of the mother of that. Now I see why people say that this is such a tear-jerking arc. This is stuff that they've been waiting for a while, and that you get the feels when you see this stuff. And episode 22 made me actually I'm here like tearing up at the episode, and I'm like, god damn, I feel so bad for Yuki, and that's the thing, I've never really got so in depth with these guys that I care what happens to him, but how Yuki just made her entrance, and from this episode as well, it just made me care a lot for the character and made me feel emotions that I wasn't actually expecting to feel for an SAO character. So we find out from the start of this episode that Kirito actually found information about Yuki, because no one gave Asuna any information. Like, even one of her friends saw, just logged off immediately after Asuna tried to find a little bit more information. And in school, actually, Kirito actually managed to find where she was living, and it was a thing. It's it was going to be fucked up from the start, because she's like, okay, why is why is Yuki in a hospital or something like that? And Kirito's like, I've got this information, but it's up to you, if whether or not you want to go or not. And I like that Kirito knows that he's going to help her as much as he can, really care. She looked like she was going to cry anyway from the start bit of the episode, and he's like, I'm going to let you do your own thing. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be in knight in shining armor. I'm not going to be, here, but, if you need me, I'll be there, there. I'll let you have to do your own thing. And we find out that she's actually been using this thing known as a Medi-Cuboid. It's a special kind of full diving system. A lot connections to the atmosphere and the nerve gear. In fact, this stuff is actually stops you from feeling pain, and it stops you from feeling any discomfort that a lot of terminal patients would have in a hospital. And this is something that I would really love if they had this in the hospitals as well, because if anyone's ever been to a hospital, it's a very bleak and dark place when you see some people are actually stuck there for maybe even the rest of their lives, or for a very long while, and it gets very depressing and boring there. And I don't know, I was tragically brought down by what happened to Yuki, finding out, that this is one thing as well. SAO didn't go oh, it's just an imaginary, incurable disease. They actually brought out and said that what she was born, she had a rough operation, her mother had to have a C-section, and she had a transfusion immediately because of the lack of blood, and the person that they got from them was actually someone who had AIDS. And that's the thing, she actually has AIDS. And I was like, most of the time it's you find out in the series it's an incurable disease, they don't say, but SAO went that far to actually bring something that's in real life and actually confirm, yeah, this little girl has this, and not to make facts worse, her mother died, her twin sister died, all of her family passed away like a year or two ago, I think. And that's the thing, her sister as well, her twin sister, who I believe was named Aiko, was exactly like her. And so, that's why she kept calling her sis. That's why she broke down and cried at the end of the last episode. And I was like, God, she's gone through a lot. She's stuck in a hospital bed, and she's there 24/7 in a full dive, just doing whatever she wants. And it's that's very depressing. And it's not to mention as well, the other people as well are in the same situation. That the reason why they decided to do it at this last 3 months so they would never hang out anymore, is because some of them have only got 3 months to live. And she was talking about to Asuna when they finally went back to AOL, and she talked to her, hugging her, embracing her, and saying, I'm so sorry about all this. And it's one of her dreams was to actually to even be able to go to school, because it was pretty much during around about middle school where she just collapsed and she wasn't able to do anything. She just that's when it really came back to her. Her immune system just went and it failed on her, and that's when she had to her and her parents struck up a deal saying, this is the situation. You can be in this little prototype cube thing, and this is going to be, you're going to be stuck in here in a nice clean room, in a nice, everything's going to be all nice. You're going to be make sure you're in the proper care, but you're just going to be stuck here, and that's one thing tragic. And I respect what Asuna's going to do. She's going to say, oh, I can get you to school. And this is what I'm predicting what she's going to do. She's going to be connected to, her little spear thing. She isn't going to leave her room. But the thing that, she's been making Yui, what Kirito's been working on, Yui, been doing is that, this could be a worldwide phenomenon that, Kirito can make this, and people who are like very sick and very ill and can't leave hospital beds or just can't leave their rooms in general, they can go outside and then, they can go to school and, they can do all this kind of stuff. And to us, it's like just very tragic, and it's just like, yeah, it hit us very heavy at the end of this episode, and to even see that the series is pretty much ending on pretty much a sour note, because we've only got like 2 episodes left of the series, and it's ending on such a sour note, and it's like, it's like, I appreciate what Asuna's gonna do, but you've got to know the fact that she isn't going to change it. She can't do by some magical willpower change, this little girl's illness. And it was like, I don't know, I got feelings really bad in this episode. I was nearly there, cry. I will admit there was, slight trickles of tears starting to, fall down. But it hit me hard, and I was like, fuck. This is stuff that I wish SEO did a lot earlier. That you brought up stuff, Asuna should have had this development way before. This is what Alfheim should have been. This stuff. And, instead of the shit that we got, because I felt like if this was Alfheim, I would have loved, all of single SAO just like that. But yeah, I don't really give this a score because it's just fucked up. It's just like, it's just tragic, to be honest. So I'm not really going to give it a score or anything for this week's episode. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this episode, and did it hit you with the feels like it did with me. But yeah, thank you very much for watching as always, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.